As Buddha once said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." Today, we explore how life unfolds magically and effortlessly when we stop forcing things and start living in tune with the natural flow of the universe. Zen Buddhism isn't just a philosophy, it's a practical approach to life, encouraging us to live fully in the present and embrace the peace that comes from within. Whether you're looking to reduce stress, enhance your awareness, or simply find more joy in the everyday, the timeless teachings of Zen Buddhism offer valuable insights. Join us as we uncover 13 principles that can transform your approach to life, making every moment richer and every action more meaningful. Subscribe to the Gautama channel for more videos. 1. Understanding impermanence in the realm of Zen Buddhism. Impermanence stands as a fundamental truth. It's the acknowledgement that everything in life is transient, constantly shifting and changing. From the fleeting beauty of a cherry blossom to the ever-changing seasons, impermanence surrounds us. Buddhist teachings encourage us to embrace impermanence rather than resist it. Instead of clinging to what is passing or trying to force permanence onto the impermanent, we're invited to flow with the natural rhythm of change. This acceptance of impermanence is not resignation, it's liberation. By understanding and accepting that nothing in life is permanent, we can release the grip of attachment and find greater peace within ourselves. When we resist impermanence, we invite suffering into our lives. We become trapped in a cycle of clinging to what we desire and recoiling from what we fear losing. But when we embrace impermanence, we open ourselves up to the beauty of the present moment. We learn to cherish each experience, knowing that it won't last forever, but that its impermanence is what makes it precious. Accepting impermanence allows us to let go of the need to control every aspect of our lives. Instead of trying to force things to stay the same, we can surrender to the natural ebb and flow of existence. This doesn't mean we become passive or indifferent. Rather, it means we become more resilient, adaptable, and open-hearted. In essence, understanding impermanence is about recognizing the fleeting nature of life and finding peace in the midst of change. It's about letting go of the illusion of permanence and embracing the magic of the present moment. By doing so, we can navigate life with greater ease and grace, knowing that every moment, no matter how fleeting, is a gift to be savored. 2. Cultivating mindfulness. Mindfulness is at the heart of Zen practice. It's a simple yet profound method of paying full attention to the present moment without judgment or distraction. While mindfulness originated in Buddhist meditation practices today, it's embraced worldwide for its ability to enhance mental and emotional well-being. Practicing mindfulness means being aware of your thoughts, emotions, sensations, and environment in every moment. This awareness helps you recognize the beauty and transient nature of each experience, allowing you to appreciate life as it unfolds, without the need to control or force outcomes. By focusing on the here and now, mindfulness curbs the anxiety and stress that come from fixating on past troubles or future uncertainties. The benefits of mindfulness are extensive. It improves focus, reduces stress, enhances emotional reactivity, and promotes a greater sense of peace and contentment. When you're mindful, you're fully engaged in whatever you're doing. Whether you're eating, walking, talking, or working, mindfulness brings a quality of attention that can transform ordinary activities into moments of joy and connection. Moreover, mindfulness helps in accepting and navigating change, a key aspect of impermanence discussed previously. By being present, we are less likely to resist life's inevitable shifts and more likely to respond with flexibility and grace. This acceptance further reduces the mental strain of trying to force situations to fit our expectations or fears. In practicing mindfulness, we learn not only to live more deeply, but also to let go of the struggle to make life conform to our desires. This approach doesn't mean we lose our drive or stop setting goals. Instead, we approach our aspirations with openness and a willingness to adapt, based on what the present moment requires. This balance of action and acceptance can lead to a more fulfilling and less forced life, fully aligned with the flow of our true existence. 3. The art of letting go. One of the most liberating teachings of Zen Buddhism is the art of letting go. This principle revolves around the release of our attachments to outcomes, possessions, and even identities. At its core. Letting go is an essential step toward achieving inner peace and allowing life to flow more naturally. Attachments are like chains that bind us to our desires, fears, and illusions. They compel us to manipulate our lives and environments in order to maintain or achieve these attachments, often causing anxiety and suffering. This suffering arises because we are trying to impose our will on the impermanence of life, fighting a losing battle against the natural flow of change and evolution. Letting go begins with the understanding that the attempt to control everything is futile and exhausting. Instead, Zen Buddhism teaches us to embrace the uncertainty of life, accepting things as they come and as they are. When we let go of our fierce grip on how things should be, we open ourselves up to experiencing life without the heavy burden of constant expectation. The process of letting go can significantly reduce mental and emotional strain, as it aligns us with the reality that everything is subject to change. Instead of resisting this truth, we accept and move with it. This acceptance does not mean passivity or giving up on our goals. Rather, it means approaching our goals with flexibility, openness, and a readiness to adapt to changing circumstances. Moreover, letting go teaches us to trust the journey, even when we do not control the direction. This trust deepens our connections with ourselves and the world around us, fostering a sense of peace and contentment that is not easily shaken by life's ups and downs. As we practice letting go, we discover that life can indeed be magical when we stop forcing it and start living it with an open heart. And number 4, the power of silence in modern life. The power of silence is often overlooked. Zen Buddhism teaches us to treasure silence not as mere absence of noise, but as a profound presence that nurtures self-awareness and wisdom. Incorporating periods of silence into our daily routine can have transformative effects on our mental and emotional well-being. Silence provides a rare opportunity for introspection and self-connection in those quiet moments, free from the distractions of constant noise and activity. We can listen to our own thoughts and feelings more clearly. This practice of tuning into our inner self helps in recognizing our true needs, desires, and emotions, leading to a deeper understanding of who we are and what makes us content. Moreover, silence can greatly enhance our mindfulness and concentration without external noise to pull our attention away. We can focus more deeply on the present moment, whether we're meditating, reading, or simply resting. Silence deepens our engagement with the activity at hand and heightens our sensory experiences. This heightened awareness can bring about a greater sense of peace and fulfillment. The benefits of embracing silence extend beyond personal insight. Silence has the power to recharge our mental batteries, reduce stress, and cultivate a state of calm in these silent spaces. Our mind gets a chance to rest, recover, and regenerate. The clarity that comes from such moments can improve our decision-making and problem-solving abilities, enabling us to handle daily challenges with more grace and less anxiety. Furthermore, in silence, we often find the space to connect with deeper truths and broader perspectives. This connection can manifest as a sudden burst of creativity, a solution to a lingering problem, or even an overarching sense of unity with the world around us. Thus, by making silence a regular part of our lives, we not only benefit our own mental and emotional health, but also enhance our interaction with the world in a more thoughtful, calm, and insightful manner. Embracing the power of silence is about more than just finding quiet. It's about creating a sanctuary within ourselves, where the noise of the world is subdued, allowing our true essence and intuition to speak loudly. Number 5. Compassion and kindness. Compassion and kindness are central pillars in Zen Buddhism, guiding not just how we should treat others, but also how we can enhance our own lives through the positive energies we emit. Extending compassion to others isn't just an altruistic act, it's a transformative practice that enriches our own existence, fostering a deeper connection to the world around us. When we practice compassion, we acknowledge the interconnectedness of all beings. This recognition helps us to see beyond ourselves and our immediate concerns. By focusing on the well-being of others, we diminish our own egos and the troubles that often accompany self-centered thinking. This shift in perspective is not only liberating, but also grounding, as it aligns us with the fundamental nature of existence, where everything and everyone is interlined. Moreover, acts of kindness generate a profound sense of satisfaction and happiness. Research in positive psychology often highlights that helping others increases our own levels of happiness and can even lead to a heightened state of mental and physical health. This is sometimes referred to as the helper's high, a powerful and positive emotional state derived from the act of giving. This state not only enhances our mood, but also our body's immune system and overall well-being. The practice of compassion also opens us up to receiving kindness. Often we find that the world mirrors our actions and intentions. By cultivating a compassionate heart, we invite similar energies into our lives. Relationships can deepen and new connections can form, enriched by mutual respect and caring. This is not why we practice kindness, of course, but it is often a natural outcome. Lastly, compassion and kindness help to soften the harsh edges of our experiences, particularly in times of conflict or distress. Approaching difficult situations with a compassionate mindset can transform potential confrontations into opportunities for understanding and growth. This approach reduces personal stress and promotes a peaceful environment, both internally and in our external interactions. By integrating compassion and kindness into our daily actions, we not only contribute to the welfare of others, but also cultivate a life of deeper fulfillment and joy for ourselves. In this way, these practices are not just moral choices, but strategic ones that enhance our quality of life, making each moment richer and more meaningful. Number 6. Accepting what is acceptance is a cornerstone of Zen philosophy, emphasizing the peace that comes when we cease resisting reality and begin embracing the present as it unfolds. This principle teaches us to accept life in its entirety, its pleasures, its pains, its successes, and its failures, by accepting what is, rather than insisting on what should be. We open ourselves to experiencing life more fully and with greater tranquility. Resistance often arises from a desire to control outcomes or from a reluctance to experience discomfort. However, this resistance can lead to increased suffering, as it keeps us mentally and emotionally entangled in scenarios we cannot change or influence. The energy spent wishing things were different. His energy, wasted energy that could be spent adapting, learning, and growing from our current circumstances. On the other hand, acceptance does not mean passivity or resignation. It means acknowledging the present moment for what it is, without overlaying it with our fears, expectations, or desires. This acceptance frees us from the burden of unnecessary struggle, allowing us to conserve our energy and use it in more productive, positive ways. It fosters a sense of peace and contentment, as we are no longer at war with reality. The peace that comes from acceptance is profound. It reduces anxiety, lowers stress, and provides a sense of stability. Even in chaotic times, accepting what is helps us to live in harmony with the natural state of the world, adapting to changes as they come with flexibility and resilience. This state of peace is not a temporary relief, but a deep and enduring tranquility that enhances our overall well-being. Furthermore, acceptance allows us to be more compassionate towards ourselves and others. By accepting our own flaws and the imperfections of life, we cultivate a kinder, more empathetic approach to interactions with others. This enhances our relationships and enriches our connections, creating a more supportive and understanding community around us. Embracing acceptances as a daily practice can transform the quality of our lives, making us more aware, more at peace, and more capable of handling whatever life throws our way. It is the pathway to a serene life, unshaken by the ups and downs that are inherent to the human experience. Number 7. Non-attachment to outcomes. A vital principle in Zen Buddhism. Non-attachment to outcomes offers a liberating perspective on how we approach our goals and activities. It teaches us the art of doing our best while remaining detached from the results, emphasizing process over product. This approach not only reduces stress and anxiety, but also enhances the quality of our engagement with tasks at hand. In practical terms, non-attachment means putting forth our best efforts without being consumed by what those efforts will yield. This concept is not about abandoning ambition or not caring about outcomes. Rather, it's about not letting the outcomes dictate our happiness or sense of self-worth. By focusing on the action itself and finding fulfillment in our performance, we are able to enjoy the present moment more deeply regardless of its future fruits. This shift in focus from results to actions allows us to experience a greater sense of control over our lives. While we cannot always control outcomes due to the myriad internal factors influencing results, we can always control our efforts. This realization brings a sense of peace and personal power, as it aligns our success metrics more closely with our own actions and ethical conduct, rather than unpredictable external outcomes. Moreover, when we detach from specific results, we open ourselves up to a wider range of possibilities. Often our narrow focus on desired outcomes can blind us to other opportunities that may arise during the process. Non-attachment fosters a flexibility and openness to new paths that might lead to even greater successes, perhaps ones we hadn't anticipated or imagined. The practice of non-attachment also enhances our resilience. By not pegging our emotional well-being to specific outcomes, we are less likely to feel devastated by perceived failures or setbacks. Instead, we view them as part of the natural flow of life-learning experiences that provide insights and pave the way for future endeavors. This mindset is crucial for maintaining motivation and perseverance in the face of challenges. In essence, non-attachment to outcomes invites us to redefine success. It encourages us to value the integrity and quality of our actions, transforming our work and endeavors into expressions of our deepest values and convictions. This not only enriches our personal and professional lives, but also contributes to a more ethically engaged and spiritually fulfilled society. Number 8. Finding joy in simple things in the hustle and bustle of modern life. It's easy to overlook the simple pleasures that surround us every day. Yet in Zen Buddhism, there's a profound emphasis on finding joy in the ordinary, on cherishing the beauty of simplicity as a pathway to greater contentment and fulfillment. The practice of finding joy in simple things begins with cultivating mindfulness and awareness. When we slow down and pay attention to the present moment, we start to notice the small wonders that often go unnoticed. The warmth of sunlight streaming through a window, the sound of birdsong in the morning, or the taste of a freshly brewed cup of tea. These simple experiences, when savored fully, can bring immense joy and gratitude into our lives. Moreover, finding joy in simple things encourages us to let go of the relentless pursuit of material wealth and external validation. Instead of constantly seeking happiness in bigger houses, fancier cars, or more prestigious careers, we learn to appreciate the richness of life's everyday moments, the laughter of loved ones, the beauty of nature, or the satisfaction of a job well done. This shift in perspective not only brings greater contentment, but also reduces the pressure to constantly chase after more. When we find joy in simple things, we free ourselves from the endless cycle of consumerism and comparison, allowing us to live more authentically and in alignment with our true values and desires. Furthermore, cultivating an appreciation for the simple things in life fosters a sense of gratitude and humility. When we recognize the abundance that surrounds us, even in the most ordinary of moments, we develop a deeper appreciation for life itself and the interconnectedness of all beings. This gratitude nourishes our hearts and souls, filling us with a sense of belonging and purpose. In essence, finding joy in simple things is about rediscovering the magic of everyday life. It's about slowing down, being present, and opening our hearts to the beauty and wonder that surrounds us in every moment. By embracing this practice, we can cultivate greater contentment, fulfillment, and peace in our lives, regardless of our external circumstances. Number 9. The role of intuition. Intuition plays a profound role in Zen Buddhism and can serve as a powerful guide in our daily lives, often leading us more effectively than forceful planning. This subtle inner voice, when attuned to offer spontaneous understanding or insight that bypasses the analytical reasoning processes, it's a direct experiential wisdom that arises from a deep connection with the present moment and our true selves. The cultivation of intuition in Zen is closely linked to practices of meditation and mindfulness. These practices help clear the mental clutter that obscures our intuitive insights, allowing us to hear our inner guidance more clearly. When we quiet the mind, we move beyond the surface turbulence of scattered thoughts and emotions, which enables us to perceive deeper truths about our lives and decisions. With greater clarity, trusting in our intuition does not mean abandoning rational thought or careful planning. Rather, it involves a balanced approach, where intuitive insights complement analytical thinking. The challenge is to recognize and honor our intuition, allowing it to inform our decisions without being drowned out by louder, more insistent voices of fear, doubt, or overanalysis. The benefits of relying on intuition are manifold. Intuitively guided decisions often feel more right, or aligned with our core values and long-term visions. This alignment brings a sense of peace and certainty, even in the face of external uncertainty. Additionally, intuition can lead us to opportunities and solutions that our conscious minds might never have considered. It encourages a more holistic view, taking into account not only the logical aspects, but also the emotional and spiritual dimensions of our lives. Moreover, when we learn to trust and act on our intuition, we often find that life flows more smoothly, rather than forcing outcomes through sheer willpower. We move in harmony with the natural rhythms of our lives and the universe. This approach can lead to unexpected paths and outcomes that are more fulfilling and beneficial than anything we could have planned meticulously. In essence, embracing intuition allows us to navigate life with a sense of grace and ease. It invites us to live more authentically and adaptively, responding to life's challenges and opportunities, with a quiet confidence that is rooted in deep inner knowing. Number 10. Embracing solitude. Embracing solitude is a key element in Zen Buddhism, viewed not as a form of isolation, but as a valuable space for growth and self-discovery. Solitude offers a unique opportunity to retreat from the noise of everyday life and engage deeply with our inner selves. This practice is not about loneliness or separation, but about finding a peaceful solitude that facilitates personal insight and renewal. In times of solitude, we are given the freedom to explore our thoughts and feelings without distraction. This uninterrupted time encourages introspection and meditation, allowing us to delve into the deeper aspects of our psyche. Removed from the pressures and influences of external environments, we can truly listen to our own needs and desires and align our lives more closely with our authentic selves. The transformative power of solitude lies in its ability to strip away the superficial layers of our identity and societal roles in solitude. The masks we wear for others fall away, revealing the core of who we are. This can be a profound and sometimes challenging experience, as it confronts us with our vulnerabilities and strengths alike. However, it is through this confrontation that true growth occurs. By facing and embracing our true nature, we can begin to heal and develop in meaningful ways. Furthermore, solitude fosters creativity and problem-solving in the quiet. Our minds can wander freely, making connections and insights that are often overlooked in the constant buzz of interaction. Many artists, writers, and thinkers have cited solitude as a crucial ingredient in their creative processes, a sacred time where inspiration can flourish without constraint. Lastly, regular periods of solitude help to improve our relationships with others. By spending time alone, we replenish our emotional and mental energy, which enables us to interact with others more genuinely and compassionately. Solitude helps us appreciate the value of our relationships more deeply, enhancing our capacity for empathy and understanding. In embracing solitude, we discover that being alone does not have to mean being lonely. It can be a rich, rewarding experience filled with self-discovery, growth, and deep contentment. Through the practice of solitary reflection, we can cultivate a more profound and peaceful relationship with ourselves and consequently with the world around us. Number 11. Mindful eating. Mindful eating is a practice rooted in Zen Buddhism that exemplifies how mindfulness can be integrated into everyday activities. This approach to eating goes beyond the simple act of consuming food and transforms it into a profound exercise in awareness and gratitude. Mindful eating encourages us to slow down and fully experience the process of eating, paying close attention to the sensations, flavors, and origins of our food. The practice begins with observing the food with all our senses before eating. We take a moment to visually appreciate the colors and textures on our plate as we eat. We chew slowly, savoring each bite, and noting the flavors and textures as they unfold. This not only enhances the pleasure of eating, but also can lead to better digestion and satisfaction with smaller quantities of food. Mindful eating also involves an awareness of the food's journey before it reached the plate. We consider the many hands involved in the growing, harvesting, transporting, and preparing of our meals. This contemplation fosters a deep sense of gratitude and connection to the larger world, reminding us of our interdependence with other people, as well as with the natural environment. Additionally, this practice helps in tuning into our body's hunger and satiety signals. By eating slowly and deliberately, we are more likely to notice when we are actually full, which prevents overeating. This awareness can lead to healthier eating habits and contribute to overall well-being. Integrating mindful eating into daily life doesn't require drastic changes. It simply involves a shift in attention. Even during a busy day, taking the time to eat mindfully for even one meal can transform it from a mundane task into a moment of peace and reflection. It serves as a gentle reminder that mindful is not only for the meditation cushion, but is a versatile tool that can enrich every aspect of our lives. By practicing mindful eating, we not only nourish our bodies, but also cultivate a mindful presence that can spill over into other activities, enhancing our overall awareness and appreciation of life. This practice is a clear example of how Zen principles can be seamlessly incorporated into daily routines, bringing a touch of tranquility and intention to our often hectic lives. Number 12. Reducing ego in Zen. Buddhism, reducing the influence of the ego, is a central practice that leads to a more harmonious and interconnected life. The ego in this context refers to the self-centered aspect of our personalities that prioritizes personal desires and perceives itself as separate from the rest of the world. By reducing its dominance, we can cultivate a life that is less about self-serving ambitions and more about collective well-being and personal peace. The process of reducing the ego begins with awareness. It involves recognizing the ways in which our thoughts and actions are driven by egoistic desires, such as the need for approval, the fear of insignificance, or the drive for control. This awareness does not come to condemn or eradicate the ego, but to understand its patterns and gently reduce its influence over our lives. Mindfulness and meditation are key tools in this endeavor, as they help observe our thoughts and behaviors from a distance, giving us the space to choose responses that are aligned with our deeper values, rather than knee-jerk reactions driven by ego. As the influence of the ego diminishes, we experience an increase in empathy and connection with others without the constant need to defend or assert our individuality. We find it easier to understand and relate to the feelings and needs of others. This leads to improved relationships, as interactions become less about competition or proving oneself, and more about genuine connection and mutual support. Moreover, reducing the ego can lead to a significant decrease in internal conflict. Much of our inner turmoil stems from the ego's fears and desires clashing with the realities of life. When we lessen the ego's control, we often find that many sources of stress and anxiety diminish. We become more accepting of life as it is, rather than constantly struggling to bend it to our will. This acceptance brings a profound peace and allows us to engage with life more fully and joyously. Lastly, in reducing our ego, we open ourselves to a greater sense of unity with the world. The boundaries between self and other blur as we recognize that all things are interconnected. This insight is deeply liberating, as it frees us from the isolation of egocentric living and fosters a sense of belonging and purpose that is much larger than ourselves. In essence, reducing the ego is not about losing our identity, but about finding our true place in the fabric of life. It enables us to live with less conflict, more peace, and a deeper sense of fulfillment, harmoniously balancing our needs with the needs of others and the environment around us. This shift in perspective is transformative, providing a foundation for a life lived with compassion, understanding, and grace. Number 13. Living in the moment. Living in the moment is a fundamental Zen teaching that encourages a full and conscious presence in the present. This practice, known as mindfulness, is about experiencing each moment as it unfolds, without overlaying it with past regrets or future anxieties. By focusing on the now, we liberate ourselves from the endless cycle of longing and avoidance that characterizes much of human suffering. The Zen perspective on living in the moment teaches us that each instant of our lives holds immense value and potential. When we are truly present, our senses are heightened, allowing us to appreciate life nuances, the texture of a leaf, the warmth of the sun, the complex flavors of a meal that we might otherwise overlook. This attentiveness enriches our everyday experiences and makes ordinary moments extraordinary. More importantly, living in the moment discourages the forceful chasing of future outcomes in our modern, goal-oriented society. It's easy to become fixated on future success, success, or dwell on past mistakes, both of which detract from our ability to act with spontaneity and authenticity in the present. When we let go of these attachments, we stop trying to force life to conform to preconceived notions or timelines, and instead, allow opportunities and experiences to emerge naturally. This approach not only reduces stress, but also opens us to life's full array of possibilities which often exceed our original plans or expectations. Additionally, living in the moment cultivates patience and acceptance qualities that are essential for personal peace. Instead of pushing against life's inherent unpredictability, we learn to flow with it, dealing with challenges as they come, and enjoying the pleasures without clinging to them. This balance is the essence of Zen, and is key to a serene and fulfilled life, ultimately by embracing the Zen teaching of living in the moment. We engage more deeply with life, as it truly is not as we think it should be. This shift in perspective brings a profound sense of freedom and joy, as we no longer feel compelled to chase after a future that matches our desire, or to mourn a past that did not meet our expectations. Each moment offers a new beginning, a chance to simply be, and a fresh opportunity to experience the magic of life without the burden of unnecessary expectations. In embracing these Zen teachings, from understanding impermanence to living fully in the moment, we learn not to force life but to flow with it gracefully. Each principle offers a path to deeper self-awareness and a more harmonious existence with the world around us. By cultivating mindfulness, letting go of attachments, reducing ego, and appreciating the simple joys, we open ourselves to a life of less stress and greater contentment. Remember, life becomes magical when we stop trying to control every outcome, and instead appreciate the beauty of the present.